Welcome everyone to another episode of PL Seasons to Remember. Thought we'd do a quick update on yesterday's games, and today it's the 20th today, is it? Is that right?
I don't know.
It is the 20th, yeah. Yeah, so we got paid yesterday. Yeah, so there were two games on. There was Norwich versus Southampton, which was obviously a battle, the relegation, and there was Man United versus Tottenham, which was more of a top-end battle. So we'll talk about the Norwich-Southampton game first, because I think there's probably less to discuss with that one.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game, but I just watched the 3-minute highlights to do.
That's what I watched
YouTube,
some of it yesterday. Yeah, I just want to talk about this whole no crowd thing first before we actually go into the matches. So, how are you finding the games without a crowd and the EA sounds as they're using?
I think it looks weird, but I think the crowd noises are great. And I know Dougie mentioned on the last episode you did that he thought there was a delay. I can't say I noticed that, but certainly I checked last night and they definitely want a delay.
No, it is weird though when the score and then you're cheering and stuff. And
well, the thing is, I must be getting into games because I kept like the Man City game and I watched that. I actually forgot for a while that the crowd weren't there, and then sort of like you just sort of because you're concentrating on what's happening in front of you, and then you sort of look up and you're like, oh, there's like no crowd there. Did you see that, by the way, with the screen next to the goal? Didn't you find it really annoying in the City game?
Yeah, it was a bit weird, wasn't it?
And they were like, didn't even have enough fans on it for.
Yeah,
like.
I think it's nice that they're doing that for the fans, though, but it's a bit like
it is. But I just think it's a bit pointless. I noticed they had them on the screen at Spurs, but obviously I don't know whether that's the thing at City. The screen at Spurs is up in the stand, like I guess is normal for most teams. Where obviously City's because it was next to the goal, and I just found it really distracting. And I was like, what is that?
I didn't find it too distracting, to be honest, because I didn't really notice. But I saw pictures of it afterwards more than anything. I didn't really take much attention.
Maybe it was just me.
I actually should have probably introduced. So Dan, my brother's joining me today. You've been on an episode before, Man United fan. So I probably should have said that before we started, but oh
well.
This is all things. I'm not starting again. So obviously Norwich needed the points last night.
Yeah.
Big time. Southampton were. There were quite a few. So off relegation, they must have had 34 points. So they were about 7 points off relegation anyway. So they probably were. You never can be too sure, but probably were thinking they were safe. But obviously the game, Norwich lost the game at home 3-0 at Southampton. Goals from Danny Ings, Armstrong, and Redmond. I thought there was only one winner in that game because Norwich looked terrible. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, I watched, like I say, I watched the 3-minute highlights. Even on 3-minute highlights, it could have been easily 6 to Southampton.
Yeah.
Norwich looked all over the place. I mean, I know we're going to talk about Man United later, but I want to say this first. That we need to remember that these guys have had the longest break they'll ever have in their career. They'll never have a break like that again. So you
unless
can
they
see
get injured,
Yeah, you can see I mean, even City. Once City clicked, they looked great. But even De Bruyne who's a world class player, was giving the ball away silly in the start of the game against Arsenal, and I think you can just see they're just a bit off it, but obviously they clicked into place, and I think the more the teams play, the more it'll get back to normal.
Yeah.
But we do have to remember that they haven't played for a long time, and I think you could see that with some of the defending from Norwich, but because Redmond goes round, I don't know which Norwich defender it was, but he goes round him like he doesn't exist, which is...
Danny Ings' goal was fantastic as well. He's finished. I don't think he's going to be at Southampton next season. I think someone's going to take a chance on him.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be there. I mean, he didn't really at Liverpool, didn't he get injured a lot? So he never really
He didn't have the play. Yeah, he didn't really get a chance. I mean, Dougie's not on him. If he could have come on, he probably could have told us a bit more. But the guy scores goals. I'm not saying. I always bring up Newcastle because they're getting that money coming in. Maybe Newcastle will look at someone like a Danny Ings because they need goals. Yeah, I do as well.
I'm hoping they want Jesse Lingard and Alexis Sanchez as well. So,
well, I think they might come to try and get Ross Barkley off us. So
just quickly on that, Evan Lee. Do you know R9 Ronaldo? The Brazilian Ronaldo. He's bought a Spanish team, and he said he'd welcome him with open arms. So,
really?
Hopefully he's on his way. But I think they're a mid-table Spanish club, so I don't think he'll really go there.
He needs to go, doesn't he? He's not. Which we'll get onto it more. But
yeah.
So Norwich are on 21 points at the bottom of the Prem, and they're 5 points off 19th, which is Aston Villa, but they are 6 points off safety.
I think they're done. I just don't see where they're going to pick up points.
No,
I mean, I know there was a couple of the Norwich players were actually in the United stand I was watching, and they were really confident, and they said they're going to treat it like a mini league, so it's like 9 games mini league. But the way they played yesterday made me think. I think they just didn't realise what they were.
I think
talking about.
If that team went down, I think it'd come back up because they're quite a young team and they've got some talented players. But I don't see him keeping hold of guys like Pookie. He's probably going to get a chance to stay in Premier League, I think. There's going to be certain players that are going to get...
Maybe.
You think about it, if you're a team coming up, you're going to look at someone like that because he does score goals.
Possibly. Well, I mean, it's a bit hard to remember because it's, 3 months since we had any football, but I thought he'd kind of stopped scoring goals. He was just scoring maybe
I think he was still getting... Yeah, but I think his tally's better than some of the others, so I think he'll stay in the... But that's going to be the problem for some of the teams going down is to keep... But Southampton now are on 37 points, so they're 10 points clear of relegation. So I think they're probably safe now.
Yeah, I mean, there's only another 8 games, isn't there, for those two, so...
You're looking up to Newcastle, really, but Newcastle are 7 points off safety. I don't think Newcastle will go down. They've got a game in hand as well. I don't actually know who Newcastle are playing this weekend, do you?
Not sure. I could probably have a look if you keep chatting, but
you've got like Brighton, 29 points, West Ham and Watford both on 27, and West Ham are above Watford on goal difference because they've conceded 2 less goals.
They play Sheffield United on Sunday, but don't forget Sheffield United have already played the game.
Yeah.
I think that's why some Man United fans are confident for that. I mean, I'm never, I'm always a pessimist when it comes to I'll never say they're going to win, but no, it's at Old Trafford. But then I don't know how much these things matter when there's no crowd.
I'm talking about Newcastle.
Oh, Newcastle, sorry. Yeah. No, I thought it was about when they play Man United. It's at St James's Park.
And they're playing Man United?
Yeah, and they play Man United on... Well, I thought they played Man United... Yeah, so they play on the Sunday and they play again on... Yeah, they play us on Wednesday.
Oh, so Sunday they've got Sheffield United?
Yeah, Newcastle have got Sheffield United, and then Sheffield United have got us on Wednesday.
Oh, right, not Newcastle, right, okay.
Sorry,
Getting confused now. But you've also got Bournemouth on 27, so Bournemouth, West Ham and Watford are all on the same points, but the goal difference is... Look at this goal difference. So West Ham have got minus 15, Watford are minus 17, and Bournemouth are minus 18, so that's quite interesting. Villa are on 26, so I think those teams do still have a chance, because you just don't know what's going to happen, but I think anyone above Southampton now, 37 points, I think even Newcastle will probably be all right because they're 7 points off it. 8 points off it.
Well, I mean, it's
going to be Brighton. So you've got Brighton,
just...
West Ham, Watford, Bournemouth, Villa, Norwich. So Norwich, I think, are done. So you're talking between Villa, Bournemouth, Watford, West Ham, Brighton.
Well, don't you play Villa?
Yeah, which you never know.
To be honest, I think you'll win that. I think that one of the issues with our lads was they were running out of steam. I think, and I think now that they've had a break, I mean they'll be a bit rusty, but I think that'll tide them over now. I
think Villa though they maybe look at it and think, well, that goal that didn't go against them might actually give them a bit of a boost because they got a point in the game where
possibly
they probably should have lost. So.
I just think in that game it won't like your typical Sheffield United tend to, especially against the bigger teams, kind of let you come onto them and they just defend really well.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would try to do that against Villa, and Villa didn't look like scoring, didn't they? Really?
No. So anyway, that's Norwich. I think they're down. I think relegation might go to Wire looking at it, which would be
probably
good.
Yeah.
I would like a final day, like back in 2005 when it get changed every time someone scored.
Yeah, that would be good, yeah.
So moving on to Tottenham Hotspur versus Man United. Marino back against Man United again.
Yeah.
Which we've got a Marino episode coming out. It was supposed to come out today, but because we've done this one, this is going to come out today.
Well, I thought they were going to be like they said, the Marino masterclass where he just defends for his life and scores a goal on break, and it looked like for a long period that was going to be the case.
Well, from what I saw, Rashford missed a chance. That was one of the first chances of the game, was it? And he hit it straight at Lloris.
Yeah, he missed 2 actually. He had another one where I don't know if it was Bruno crossed it in, and all he's got to do is get his head on it, and it's going to go on target surely. And he just completely missed the header. Just completely missed it.
Yeah, well, You can kind of forgive headers in some ways because I think it's got a bit of a skill to a header. But
to me, that's a play. I didn't see the replay of him from the. It showed you from the back end. I couldn't see his eyes, but I reckon he closed his eyes because it looked like one of them where a player closes his eyes, and then I'm like, why haven't I touched the ball? Kind of thing. If you keep
I think you've got to be a bit nuts to header a football, to be honest. So. Anyway, on 27 minutes, Bergwijn scored, and he completely ran past Maguire like he wasn't there. And
he didn't actually start on Maguire. I mean, Maguire's awful on that, but he started with Luke Shaw heads the ball out. And I think he heads it straight to a Spurs player. He could have chested it time, he could have chested down or anything. But then he runs forward, and this is what Roy Keane run about. He's like, what is he doing? Why does he run forward? There's a massive gaping hole. So Maguire's trying to force Bergwijn down that side. Now he gets turned too easy, and it's not the first time on Maguire. Not the first time
he's not about pace,
like he's not there. No, he isn't, but he gets turned way too easily.
Yeah.
For a supposed, we spent 80 million on him. He's not worth anything like 80 million. No way. I didn't even I said before 60 million max. And now I'm thinking maybe 10. But no, I do think he'd be better
in the right system.
He needs, when you look at, and I'm not saying he's anywhere near as good as Vidic because he's not, but when you have Vidic, and I reckon he was actually quicker than Maguire, but he had a lack of pace.
Yeah.
Who did you have alongside? You had Rio Ferdinand, was one of the quickest defenders in Premier League.
And then Evra used to cover that side as well.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
I do feel Luke Shaw does that.
I do feel a bit sorry for Luke Shaw because the tactics in the first half seemed to be leave Dan James and Rashford as the two up front, and it was like, this isn't working because they're getting at our back. I mean, Aurier was playing like a right winger in first half.
That's probably because good for him because he's terrible defensively.
Well, I think Luke Shaw nicked the ball off him at one point in their half, and I thought that's Aurier.
Yeah. But back to goal as well. So then he hits it, and for me, De Gea should have saved it. I think it's awful.
I've got to a point now with De Gea where I don't think this is a blip anymore. I think this is De Gea now. And I think he's seen his best days at Man United. And he kind of reminds me of a guy. I think he needs a new challenge, and I think he needs to go. I really do. And I know that's quick to. Some people might say, "Oh, you're jumping on like bandwagon or whatever," but it's happened a lot, and it's not just this season either. He's done it before, so it seems to be a constant thing with him.
See, Roy Keane said he's overrated, and I think Roy Keane was probably more angry than anything. But I think overrated is the wrong term. I think he was a great goalkeeper who's declining.
Yeah.
I think
you might be right.
Keepers do. But then you had Lloris in the game. I think Lloris very similar, makes mistakes, but he made De Gea did make like a worldy save later.
Yeah, he made a good. It was Son. It was a header, and he tipped it over the bar. But I think it's one of them where he's a very good save. But if your keeper ain't saving that, then what's he doing?
I know what you're saying, yeah. But it was a good save, good reflex.
I don't think it was as good as Lloris's save off Martial. I thought that was super.
No, that was.
I thought he'd scored. And then I was like, oh god, it's Lloris.
I think Lloris. I've kind of always thought Lloris is always. He's kind of like De Gea is now, where he's always got a mistake in him. Where I think De Gea at one point didn't make mistakes. Where I think they're very similar now.
Every keeper makes mistakes. I've seen Alisson do it this season.
Yeah,
I've seen Alisson do it. Edison. Yeah. I think Edison and Alisson. God, that's hard to get my head around. It's too close. I think they're two of the best keepers in the Premier League and possibly the world. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. Edison's a different. He's more like a ball-playing goalkeeper, isn't he?
Yeah, he's superb. Some of the passes he was playing for thingy. But I always thought De Gea was a good passer, but then it's something United fans tend to have a go at him a lot of distribution. Yeah. But
I definitely agree Alisson's the best in the league at the minute. He's probably the best in the world on reflection. I don't really know.
I don't see a lot of Neuer in Bayern, but he's another one. He's got a mistake in him.
I think he's on decline now, though, isn't he?
I think you might be right. I just think what the thing is with Bayern is they buy the best players in that league, and Neuer looks like a player when he was first coming up and before he went to Bayern Munich. You could see he was hungry, and I think the hunger's not there anymore with Neuer.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he's gone. I'm not saying he ain't still hungry to win stuff, but I don't think he's quite at the peak of his hunger. Do you know what I mean?
I think a lot of players now go. I know this isn't the goalkeeper episode, but I think a lot of goalkeepers now they get a lot of stick so De Gea's getting stick for that mistake. But if a defender slips, it's like, oh well, he hasn't played for 6 months. Do you know, they kind of get off a bit better. But
yeah,
maybe not
I know what you mean.
Midfielder.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not giving any of them. I think some of the Luke Shaw header, to get into Maguire getting outpaced is fair enough. He ain't got the pace, but Maguire getting turned like that, and it happened before. I think it might have been against Wolves. And he got turned really easy. Oh, in fact, no, I think it was might have been Lacazette for Arsenal. Now I think about it.
Oh,
And
right,
he got
yeah, when they
turned
beat,
so easily, and I was like, you can't be getting turned like that, £80 million.
No, but
and that's
that
when he were playing week in, week out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just come back from a 3
that
month
for me shows he maybe ain't got that football brain that some of the slower centre backs like Terry we've talked about and Vidic had.
Maybe so. He got pretty much sent back to Hull, didn't he, with that when he got turned by Bergwijn. So.
But yeah, anyway, from what I've seen, because I couldn't watch the whole game, but I've seen highlights and stuff. But look like Man U are probably actually the better team to me than Tottenham.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those though where Spurs sat back, so you kind of expect you to be a better team because they're just going to.
Do you think they were going to settle for a 1-0 then and just?
Oh yeah, I think Mourinho before the game would have took a draw, but I'm actually a little bit disappointed with Spurs. Not disappointed with Mourinho because that's what Mourinho does, but I look at their team and I'm like, I mean, Harry Kane won't fit. I mean, you might as well not bother playing Harry Kane. Somebody I listened to earlier said they were basically playing with 10 men because he just wasn't in the game at all. The only thing I remember him doing is fouling somebody at one point, and he took a free kick later on. They hit the wall.
I guess they've got to play him to get him like match fit, though, aren't they? Because he's going to be important in the final games of the season.
I understand why he played, but in all honesty, Mourinho couldn't complain because near end of the game, I thought it was going to be last kick actually, but it wasn't. Greenwood, he hit one just past the post, and I thought if that had been another week or two later, I think he'd have put it in. Do you know what I mean?
Probably scored.
But
obviously, Man U got a penalty and scored it. Brilliant piece of football from Pogba.
Oh, it was superb.
But Eric Dyer's another one where maybe I don't think he's got that footballing brain sometimes to be.
Yeah, because I don't think, although it was a brilliant piece of skill from Pogba, I don't think that would have beat some of the centre backs. I've seen do it before.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on what Pogba did, but it's just saying that Dyer's probably got that.
It's clever. He flicks it from one foot to the other and that. But I think your world class defenders, if you're doing that against some of the top defenders, I don't think Van Dijk would have fell for that. Do you know what I mean?
No, probably not. But it were a Stonewall penalty on it.
He just sort of shoves him over. I think some people were trying to say it was soft, but he just shoves him over. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't. Nah.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, to be honest, there was a challenge. I think it was Dyer actually on Dan James, and he didn't get a free kick. Dan James, and he basically shoulder barged him in the back, and he just kicked him. Dan James got back up and just kicked him and got booked. Which was a bit crazy, but
great penalty from Fernandes. It wasn't keeper nowhere near it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I had like my hands on my face like this because I was just like,
he didn't really celebrate, did he? But I thought this is what.
No, he wanted. That's one thing. He's got the right attitude. Is Fernandes? He will like. He ran to the ball to get the ball to get back to halfway on. Let's win it. I mean, after the water break, we were all over them, and after the water break, it was just end to win pretty much. It was just crazy.
Yeah. Because then obviously you had the second penalty incident, which got given.
Yeah, it wasn't a penalty. No, there's no way. As soon as you start replay like that, that's going to get overturned by.
Yeah, well, Gary Neville said it, didn't he, on commentary? So
to be honest, I thought the referee was absolutely shocking. I don't know. Spurs were doing those little fouls, where they don't get booked, but Lamella, completely chopped. It was another retaliation when he chopped Scott McTominay down. I was just like, how is that not a yellow card? And he must have committed 3 or 4 other fouls in the game. And I'm like, how you just get players who don't seem to get booked, and he didn't get booked. So I was just like, not that it mattered in the grand scheme of things, but I don't know how he didn't get booked, Lamella.
Taven texted me about 5 minutes in, I think it was, and he said Tottenham got did they get a corner and it was offside or something?
I can't remember.
They got a corner 5 minutes in, but he said it were offside, so it should have been a goal.
I think. I had Mark Goldbridge on its side. Right. Excuse me. I have to get a drink. On its side of me.
I watched his reaction to the first goal. It's hilarious.
Oh no! I've seen him do that before. Yeah, it's funny. I think he was a bit worried because I was sat there and Spurs score first. I thought we game over. I really did, and I think without the penalty, I don't know if we'd have scored.
Well, let's look at the table now then. So basically, it's the battle for top 4, which is still a bit up in the air about if it's going to be top 5 because of Man City's appeal. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
I think you've just got to presume that Man City's appeal is going to go through, and I'm thinking they're probably going to get 1 year. But after everything that's happened now, what if they go win Champions League?
I think it'd be quite funny, to be honest.
It'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? It's like, so you're going to ban them now after they just won it?
My personal opinion on it is, though, if they don't ban them, then what kind of example is it? You might as well just scrap financial fair play because I know this obviously an episode about which we'll do an episode when the EPL results come in, but I feel like Man City agreed to the rules and then broke the rules. It's not like they've come in and the rules were already set. They were involved in setting up those rules.
I just think if they don't punish Man City properly, then it opens floodgate. I mean, Newcastle will be laughing, won't they? Because if they get, I mean, I know the takeover. Yeah. I've heard the takeover might not be happening now, and I don't know what this guy who isn't he on a TV company or something in America?
Is this the American one? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much money he's got, but if they do sort of can financial fair play, or even if City get away with it, they could go spend a lot of money in Newcastle. And I don't think they're going to win league anytime within the next couple of years.
No, they could do what City did that first time and then get those players in. Like they got like 3 or 4 players in that would just completely change the team.
Yeah, and I think what you can do with that as well is you're making statements, so other players start turning their heads and like, oh, I might go to Newcastle. Although I remember, was it Jermaine Genius? Did he play for Newcastle? And he said it was like, I think he didn't like living there. Did he? Said he like living in a goldfish bowl, which I didn't really know what it meant, but.
I think he basically just like he went to Spurs and lived in London, didn't he? He was a London lad though, wasn't he? I think it's a different different lifestyle.
Yeah, it will
London,
be.
So
Yeah.
I think for someone like me, I probably won't mind it because I like staying at home. So
Paul
Scholes would have probably loved it because he didn't like it.
Yeah, I'm like sometimes if it weren't for because we live in Leeds and it's great because the economy for Leeds is quite good, so there's loads of jobs. But I almost sometimes wish I just had a job in a quieter city because I kind of like it to be quiet.
Nice. Yeah. So basically, Man United are on 46 points now.
46 points, man, that's terrible, isn't it?
2 clear of Sheffield United. Well, it is at this stage of the season when there's only 9 games left. 8 games left for some teams.
I mean, don't they usually say get 40 points to avoid relegation?
Yeah, so we're all safe.
46 points, that's awful.
But anyway, so Spurs went 2 points clear of Arsenal, and Arsenal have got a game in hand on Spurs now, so they can go above Spurs if they win, considering how bad Arsenal have been this season as well.
Yeah. How many times have Spurs finished above Arsenal? Because didn't the Pippen won that year when Spurs were in a title race? Spurs were supposed to be
when Spurs finished third in the 2-horse race, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But was that the year that Arsenal picked them the second?
Yeah, Leicester won the league. Yeah. No, it was Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal picked them on last day. But Arsenal won in the title race. It was Spurs. And then it was like, because Spurs just went that bad at the end of the season. Typical Spurs. Very Spursy. But yeah, so Spurs are now, they're only 6 points off 4th. So if we beat Sheffield United tomorrow, we go on 51 points. So we
Sheffield United? I thought you played Aston Villa.
Not Sheffield United, Aston Villa, sorry. I can't get all right today, can I? So Sheffield United are 2 points behind Man United now on 44. Wolves are on 43 points. Wolves and Sheffield United have got a game to play though. Also, Sheffield United can go with you.
If Wolves win, yeah. Yeah, but we do play Sheffield United.
Yeah. So basically, I think it's still all open. We've got Manchester City next week as well. So if we don't beat Aston Villa, I'm a bit worried because.
Yeah, I think we've blown it personally, but I think because when you play City have not got out to play for it. I mean, you still probably expect them to win that game, but when you've got not to play for it, you never know what you're going to get with teams. And by the time you play Liverpool as well, Liverpool are going to want title.
No one's catching City in second though. City are on 60 points in second.
No.
And Leicester are 7 points behind. I don't see no one catching.
I mean, I didn't realise Man City had lost 7 games this season. That's atrocious for a team like them.
What's interesting is you look at Burnley and Crystal Palace on 39 points. If Arsenal don't win against Brighton, they can leapfrog Arsenal.
Yeah, it's kind of touch and go. I think Arteta's improved them, and I think the Man City one. I think a lot of people are reading too much into it. Man City are a great team.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly,
the Brighton game's going to be hard though because Brighton are fighting. Sorry,
I was just going to say as a Man United fan, it's quite hard to say that, but they're just superb to watch. The footballer was brilliant. But go on, you were going to say anyway.
Sorry, but yeah, if Arsenal have got to play Brighton, I think it's at Brighton as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Brighton have got everything to fight for. Arsenal have got centre-back problems. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Xhaka's out. I'm not saying that they won't win because Arsenal.
I just think Aubameyang will probably play better against them.
Probably.
You couldn't really blame him against City because he didn't have any service, did he? I mean, he was playing on left wing.
Yeah.
So.
But I think top 4, it's massively open. I mean, I think one of the most disappointing things for like our clubs is I think we would have been looking at taking over Leicester, and because Leicester have got a bit of a gap now, you're almost thinking, well,
the thing is for me, if you beat Villa as I would expect you to win, you'll be 5 points clear of us. I know technically,
yeah, but Sheffield United could go on.
Yeah, but Sheffield United have played their game already. They play on Sunday and they play on Wednesday, and before they were playing one game a week. Now they're going to have to play 2 games a week every week. They're not going to have the squad to keep up with that.
I don't know if this might sound arrogant. I'm not really worried about Sheffield United or Wolves. I'm worried about Man United, and I'm even a little bit worried about Spurs, just because Spurs could close that gap. But
Spurs are like 6 points behind you. So that means you could lose to City and Liverpool, and they still won't be above you.
That's true. Yeah,
but do you know what I mean? That's the way I'm looking at it. You could go, and I expect you to go 5 points clear now. To me, that's why I think we've blown it, because you could lose those 2 games, but you're presuming we're going to win all our games. And I don't think
that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's open, isn't it? I mean, for me, I think if we beat Villa and City, I think I'd be quite confident of getting top 4. Because I feel like City's a big... I mean, problem with us is we seem to drop points against silly teams. That's the problem with us.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll see, because I think anything that happened before this lockdown is irrelevant now.
Yeah.
Form is irrelevant. Fitness, is irrelevant, because everyone's just starting again.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why to me it didn't... I mean, Harry Kane's been out for a very long time. Because you could see what it's saying with Rashford. He didn't look sharp either last night.
No.
And you've got to think that they've not only had all that period out, but then they've had this 3 months as well. Then you've had people who had 3 months, and you can see they're not sharp, so I want sharp.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that got to do with it. So it's going to be interesting, but it's basically like starting the season again. I know we're not starting the season again, but it's like the start of the season. I think there's no form.
What you described as Norwich, describing it as like a mini league for 90. Probably best way to describe it, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So, right, definitely. Have you got anything else to say then on there? We sort of touched on everything, didn't we?
No, I just thought in terms of, we didn't really mention Maradona. I actually thought Sissoko played well for your Spurs, even though Sky Sports gave him a 6 out of 10. I thought
that Ndombele was not good again, was he?
Was he playing, bro? Seriously, yeah. I didn't even realise he was playing.
He was.
I'm not even joking.
Let me just double check.
If he played, are you sure he played? Because I didn't see him.
I thought it was, because I thought I heard something on Twitter about him and how poor he was, unless it was that it wasn't in the team.
I'm sure he didn't play, bro, because I didn't see him at all.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, he didn't. I do apologise.
I was going to say he must have had a serious bad game, because I didn't have seen him at all.
I was just going off Twitter because Twitter said something about him. Maybe they were just basically saying he's not good enough to get in. So
I wondered about Ndombele's attitude.
I forgot everyone's got 5. So why did Spurs only make 2 subs when they could have made 5? That's just weird.
I don't think everyone took advantage of it though, have they? I don't think.
No, well you did.
I don't think. 5. I don't think. Yeah, because I think we were like draft fishing. Because I think some of our players did look. In the last 10 minutes it were end to end, but the players looked. It was like watching 2 boxers in like 11th round. Cause sometimes 12th round they can get G'd up for it, can't they? Because it's last round. But then the 10th, 11th round, they're like, oh, God, and they're just low. Yeah. It was a bit like that in some sense. The players looked really leggy at the end.
So that's pretty much it then. We'll be trying to do these as often as we can. We're not going to be able to cover every single game night, but because we had that little gap between the games, we managed to get one in last week and this one today. So maybe try and catch up next week and just do like a group load of games together. I don't think we'll be talking about every match, but just the important ones. So, cool. Yeah. Anything else, Dad, then, or are you done?
No, I'm done.
Right. Well, if you want to follow us on Twitter, we are at PLSeasons, and you can email us at plseasons@gmail.com. Thank you.
Bye.